And then there was one.
Welcome back, everybody, to A Less Than Satisfactory. As you might have noticed, this could potentially be our last episode of the year, of life.
Of ever?
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, our budget's been cut so bad, like we mentioned the other day, we don't have chairs anymore, so...
Yeah, no, we're going ergonomic. But, yeah, no, 2020 has been bad for everybody. But, man, let's just, take a beat here at the end of the year and reflect on the chaos that happened before us.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been years that have been rough in the past, but
2016 jumps out as a memorable year.
16 was a rough one. 2008, that was
remember
rough.
Coney 2016?
Yeah, whatever happened with that?
The dude got... Well, I mean, I think the warlord in Africa is still going strong, unfortunately. So, like, let's not forget that. But the dude that, like, promoted that got caught, like, masturbating in the ocean.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, rule number one of starting a campaign for anything: don't get caught jerking it to fish.
Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Coney. It was Coney 2012. Man.
Whatever.
I feel old.
God, that was 2012. I guess that makes sense.
I thought that was 2016.
I mean, it makes sense being 2012, though, because I remember being in high school for it.
Yeah, no, it makes so much more sense now.
But regardless, that was crazy. I mean, 2008 was rough just because the housing market decided to go...
Yep. And honestly, it feels like we've been in a recession ever since.
I mean, 2012 was a good year for me.
Okay, yeah.
It may not have been for other people, but it was good for me.
Yeah, well, they keep telling us the economy is recovered, but I just don't see it.
I mean, it has, just not us.
Yeah. But anyway.
Wall Street's gotten bigger.
Yeah, the rich get richer, and 2020 gets worse.
Yeah, speaking of 2020, let's go ahead and just do a quick recap of things. I've got a list here of just what all's happened, and we can just kind of, reminisce, and for the love of God, keep our fingers crossed that we can not have the same year we had this year next year, if that made any sense at all.
Yeah, no.
All right, so here's the list. We've got Australian bushfires.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about those. Yeah, all the poor koalas and...
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, those are devastating.
There's my inability to say the word Kobe when shooting anything into a trash can anymore.
Oh.
I had to go back to Kareem because I couldn't do it. It made me sad whenever I said Kobe now.
And everybody conveniently forgetting that he was a rapist.
Hey, Kobe was still a great guy.
I mean, he tried in the end, for sure. I won't deny him that. He definitely tried to make up for his more youthful transgressions, even though he was like a 20-year-old, 25-year-old, I don't know.
Yeah. We could always talk about the time that we thought Kim Jong-un was dead.
Oh, yeah, he was dead for a little bit, wasn't he?
Or was he?
Is he dead?
Did they just clone him?
Does anybody actually know what Kim Jong-un looks like?
I know he has no butthole.
Wait, no. Theory.
What?
Also, what?
Have you never seen the interview?
No.
Go watch it.
Okay, I'll look into that. Oh, what if, hear me out, he switched bodies with Dennis Rodman? You gotta believe that North Koreans have the tech, like, if North Koreans were to, like, if any country in the world was to develop some weird, batshit, crazy technology like that, it would be the North Koreans.
I mean, you're not wrong. They've been way too quiet the past couple of months.
And have we heard from Dennis Rodman in a while?
We need to check on Dennis Rodman immediately. Ugh.
But yeah, no, Dennis Rodman, Kim Jong-un, switch bodies. Sure. That would be a great movie.
There's your next film, Hollywood. Murder hornets arrive.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, those are still scary.
Yeah, there was Beirut. You remember that?
Oh yeah, the explosion.
That was fucking insane.
Jeez. Yeah, man, it was like, wasn't it something like 100,000 pounds of dynamite was stored underneath an apartment building?
It wasn't dynamite. It was some fertilizer.
Okay, but it was still like
It was stored in a place it shouldn't have been.
It was like a nitrite-based fertilizer, so it exploded.
Yeah, and the building caught fire, and as soon as it hit that, it's just like, oh, goodbye, land.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's Black Panther's untimely passing.
Oh, yeah, Chadwick Boseman. Well, okay, that was actually... I just don't think people were paying attention, but he had been, like...
Did he mention anything of it?
I think I remember reading something last year that he'd been diagnosed with cancer. Because I think it was cancer that got him.
It was. I don't remember what kind, but colon says.
Man, yeah. Get your prostates checked.
Man, that's a rough way to go too. I feel for him.
Yeah, and he was just such a...
He was a good guy from what I could tell.
Yeah, and like, oh man, he was so good. Like, the Black Panther was so good for the MCU. He was probably my favorite hero in, like, the Avengers realm at the time.
Well, I mean, he was in my top 3. I've got a special spot in my heart for 2 of them, so...
Hawkeye?
Not Hawkeye. I like Jeremy Renner, but no.
Black Widow?
I like Scarlett Johansson, but no.
All right, Robert Downey, Iron Man, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, I could not be.
The other one is a female, though. It's Valkyrie. I like Valkyrie.
Yeah, so. No, I like Valkyrie. That's a fun one.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's my favorite, but he's definitely up there.
Hugh Boseman?
Yeah.
Or Panther?
Yeah, Black Panther.
I'm just curious what they're going to do with the role now, because
it
almost doesn't feel right to give it to anyone else, but at the same time...
I think it would make sense to kind of transfer the mantle to his sister.
Oh, to Shuri?
Shuri.
I mean, that would make sense. She's probably the only logical way to go.
Has, like, the technological know-how to be Black Panther.
Maybe I did enjoy her in the film, too.
Yeah, and maybe she could take on, like, the more magical aspects of it. I don't entirely understand the Black Panther origin story.
I'm unfamiliar with it other than what I've seen in the movies. So.
Wakanda's cool, and I would love to see more movies set in Wakanda.
That is a great setting.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Anyway, moving on. Eddie Van Halen passing away.
Oh.
That one was tough, because that's why you used to listen to all the time. Like, there was a time in my life where pretty much it was just Van Halen or nothing. And then it's just weird him no longer being around.
Ooh, speaking of passings, Alex Trebek.
That was a recent one.
Yeah, that was a recent one.
I mean, I knew he had cancer, but I was hoping he was going to beat it and at least be able to go on his own terms. But
yeah, like I was pretty sure he was done for Jeopardy at least. But man,
he was holding in there for a bit. But I was hoping he'd be able to roll out for at least another, year or two, and then him be able to be like, all right, this year's my last year. But
yeah, I just can't imagine Jeopardy with anyone else.
There's one person that I've heard them toss around the name of.
Bill Nye.
No, but that would be funny.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No. It's LeVar Burton.
Oh, ooh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be able to do it.
Yeah, no.
I'd be fine with it.
That would be really fun. Yeah, I like LeVar Burton.
And it'd be good to see him get some work. Because I haven't seen him, like, in the mainstream in a while.
So, Community?
Yeah, probably.
That's about it.
Yeah. Other things that have happened.
Yeah, let's get off celebrity deaths for a while, because now I'm sad.
Yeah. Let's go to sports, because everything else on here is...
Yeah, sports almost didn't happen this year.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's the big thing we can talk about, too. Freaking COVID.
Yeah, I mean, wait. I mean, I thought we were just going to dance around that for a little bit.
I was trying, but it's hard to not talk about it.
Man.
I mean, there's the lockdowns. Everything had to go virtual for a bit.
Everything's still sort of virtual.
I mean, hey, at least we get to be in the same room doing a podcast now.
Thanksgiving's probably going to be virtual for most people.
Yeah, I mean...
The government is saying that we should not travel for Thanksgiving.
See, lucky for me, my family's pretty much just my parents, so...
Yeah.
I don't really have to worry about it on my side. It's her side.
Whereas
my significant other is going to be a little hard.
I'm perfectly happy not seeing my extended family.
I mean, yeah.
It's gonna be a great Thanksgiving.
It's gonna be the quietest one we've had in a while.
I'm fine with this.
But it is gonna be weird. I just hope we get everything figured out by Christmas, and I doubt that we.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think there's gonna have to be a transition to something else before that happens.
Yeah, probably. They talked about there being another lockdown of some sort, but I don't know. You know more politics than I do. What do you know?
My theory has been that a lot of governors have been avoiding that because they thought that it was going to affect their reelection. But, I mean, like, here in our state, we meet all the parameters for why we locked down the first time and have exceeded that. So...
Well, we're just looking to break records at this point, right?
So I think what'll happen is I think maybe bars and restaurants will be closed again, potentially. I don't think schools will necessarily close down.
Well, I mean, they've gone back to the e-learning from what I've heard.
Some of them have, yeah. But I think it's probably... Because, like, in France, they have gone into another lockdown of sorts. What was that? Bush.
Tastes like it.
In France, they kind of have gone back into like another lockdown, but like things like schools are still open.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I guess if they follow a certain method, they can make it work.
It's weird. And kids don't transmit it as easily. I don't know. It's a complicated situation, and I don't know enough. Not a doctor, not a lawyer, just a sideline concerned citizen.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just a dude sitting here drinking a beer.
I'm just a kid.
And 2020's a nightmare. Oh, gotta love that old 2000s alt rock.
But yeah, so sports.
So
surprisingly, the NFL has played most of their games without having to cancel anything.
Yeah, if the Titans would figure out how to stop spreading it, then I think we'd be okay.
Yeah, it's the Titans and the Raiders, of course.
Well, John Gruden is the main reason.
Oh gosh, have you?
That's his.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it's actually coronavirus. I think they're just trying to keep John Gruden off TV.
Honestly, one of the most entertaining things of sports has been watching like sports people try to wear face masks.
It's true. Like, we could make a collage.
It looked like John Gruden was wearing his wife's panties on his face. I'm not gonna lie. There's been several. It's just, what do you do? That's not how masks work.
That's what he wants, though.
But yeah, no. And then like Andy Reid had the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs had like the full-on face shield, and he was just in a huge fog underneath. Great moment.
I mean, there's also the Andy Reid that's the shield.
Yeah, that's
I
what
enjoy that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, sports happened, and they're going along smoothly for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, hockey was able to finish up, so good to them.
Yeah.
NBA finished up, and somehow they're trying to get a second.
God, the NBA They all went to Disneyland, finished the playoffs.
Oh no, what a problem.
Yeah, well, I think towards the end, there was some theories that some teams are just tanking because they didn't want to be in the bubble anymore.
I'd heard that rumor.
It's like, I don't want to, this is terrible.
Well, the way they had it set up, at least to what I've been told, is they had, like, their own little town there. And they had, like, 2 or 3 hotels booked up for all the players.
God, jeez.
And they, like, had
It's a lot of personality in one area.
That is very true. I'm surprised there weren't, like, fights of some sort. Or just something. But,
yeah, just, I mean, a lot of tensions, like, basketball's a tense game, so, like, surprised the tensions didn't spill out off the court.
I mean, I guess they might have been okay just simply because they could be like, oh, we're going in the hot tub then.
Yeah.
But, because, I mean, if they're in the bubble...
Although there was the one guy...
I forget his name.
I can't remember his name, but he...
The Celtics guy, right?
Yeah, he supposedly was going to I think he got had to leave the bubble supposedly because to go to a friend's funeral or something, but then he got caught at a strip club.
That was hilarious. Hey man, he just wanted to see a pretty woman.
He was like, I just need my titties.
Hey, listen, man, we understand, but you're in the NBA. You can't do that.
The one thing I will applaud the NBA for is their response to, I guess, if we're going to talk about COVID, we got to talk about another elephant in the 2020 room. Is the Black Lives Matter protests.
That is very true.
And the way that the NBA handled those, I thought, was really impressive because, there's players that just decided, no, we're not going to play a game until you guys at least, address some of our concerns.
Yeah, I mean, that was fair. It's the first time I've respected LeBron in a long time.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys have heard me mention LeBron in China in the same breath before.
Yeah, but you know what? He did some good this time.
Yeah, no, he did good. I'm proud of the way that sports athletes stepped up a little bit.
I mean, hell, even NASCAR stepped in.
Yeah, no, that was good. They banned the Confederate flag.
That's something I never thought I'd see.
Yeah,
man, that's 2020 in a nutshell, right there.
Yeah, that was
shit.
That was probably one of the most surprising responses, is to see the banning of the Confederate flag at NASCAR events.
Yeah, and I mean, man, that one just caught me off breath right there.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it kind of needed to happen.
I mean,
it did.
You don't put a second place trophy up on your wall, so
yeah. Nobody cares about the 49ers, even though they came in second in the league last year.
No one cares about the runner-ups.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever.
But yeah, so there was a boiling point in there was a lot of tension between that in a lot of cities across the nation, and honestly across the world, because it's not just localized to America.
Well, I mean, F1 was doing stuff too for it.
Yeah.
It's not here, so I mean.
Is there no F1 races here?
Not this year.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Because we've still got the COVID.
Why would you come to America?
I mean, they usually run in Circuit of the Americas, so.
Yeah, and then we had one of the longest election seasons I remember.
Holy crap.
Oh, it's still not over.
I've never seen so many ads.
It's still not over.
Well, I
feel the worst for Georgia. Because they have to vote again.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so their Senate races went to a runoff.
Oh no.
So they get to vote again. They get another month of campaigning.
You know what I'd say as a Georgia voter? Never mind.
It's like, bye, I'm leaving.
I'm out. See ya.
South
Good
Carolina
luck, everyone.
isn't too bad.
Yeah. You want to see the entire population outside of Atlanta move? That's how you do it.
Oh, then the Democrats definitely win.
Ooh, Georgia's turning blue for a while.
Oh no. Oh, but yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah. Whew. Oh man. Speaking of crazy, I mean, we've had craziness in our lives too. I mean,
oh yeah.
The lockdown was weird.
Yep.
I mean,
my combine burned.
I got addicted to DoorDash.
Same equivalent. My combine burned, your wallet burned.
Same thing.
Did I pay $40 for those wings?
I mean, when you wake up in the morning and you find a $54 bill for heroes that you don't remember eating, it's not a good day.
What'd you get? Heroes.
We'll talk about it outside the podcast.
Okay. I want to know because I love those things.
So, I mean, it's also the time I puked on my shoes at the local gas station when we were supposed to be in lockdown.
What?
Remember?
Oh, wait, yeah, no, I do remember that now.
I may or may not have drank moonshine out of a water bottle.
Oh, no.
That was not a good night. You were there that night, weren't you?
I think I was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know you don't remember.
I mean, that wasn't plainly obvious.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I just remember I I paid one of our friends $50 to shut the fuck up.
Okay, I do not remember that. Tell me more.
Well, he told me the next day because he gave me the money back because he's too good of a guy.
Oh, what a nice guy.
So, we may have been doing some adult activities in terms of, beverage consumption.
Oh, okay.
And then,
As long as you're consenting.
a group of gross. A group of us decided, hey, let's go to the local gas station and get some more booze. Because that's a smart idea.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, I wasn't... Okay, I remember the night that this happened now. Yeah, I didn't go with you guys because I wanted no part of being in public with you people.
That was probably your best decision.
I was just like, y'all are going to get arrested.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't interact with the cops that night.
I'm glad they didn't find me because I might not be here right now.
Well, I mean, you probably just would have been taken to the drunk tank. It's not like you were really violating that much.
No, I was just being a degenerate, that's all.
Yeah, you were publicly intoxicated.
Yeah. Anywho, I got to the gas station, I puked on my shoes, normal drunk stuff.
Yeah.
And then, they brought the car around because one of our other friends came by and picked me up because they said I was, and I quote, too drunk to walk home.
You were.
I'm not disputing that. In fact, I think that was the smartest decision of the night.
Don't worry, you weren't the only one, though, so it's not that bad.
I heard there was another, but just not quite to my level.
Yeah.
Anywho, so they picked me up, and, me and another one of our friends hopped in the back of the car. He started talking about something, and I think it finally all hit me. And I literally he said, I turned to him and said, I'll give you $50 to shut the hell up. And he's like, okay. And instead of giving him $50, I handed him my whole wallet. Like, not even taking 50 out, I just handed him the whole thing.
Oh, that's great.
I'm glad he's such a good guy.
Well,
Otherwise, oof.
Yeah.
I am sorry about your combine, by the way.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It happens.
But, yeah. Hopefully that story makes everyone else feel better about themselves.
And on that note, I got a $20 bill in my pocket. And if you'll just shut the hell up, we can end this fucking podcast.
All right. Well, let's do one quick wrap up here of what we plan in the future. As we mentioned before, we don't know what's going to happen with the podcast.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
really don't.
We'll do more eventually, maybe,
Yeah.
possibly.
It's going to be like how Rick and Morty was. Like, we're going to come back. We don't know when.
We'll tease you a few times, and
Yeah.
you'll probably stop. Like, you'll forget about us entirely, and then we'll come back and be like, "Wait, I don't want to watch you anymore."
And then you'll be like, wait, I subscribed to this? But, we'll put something out there. If, things get to the point where we can actually, interact with other people, then,
Yeah, because one of the things that's been hampering us is that the two of us just aren't that interesting by ourselves. There's only so many Nazi references I can make.
God damn it. And I can only talk about NASCAR for so long before Ethan just punches me in the throat.
Wait, what kind of car do you think Hitler would race? A Volkswagen? Do they have a Volkswagen in NASCAR?
No, but they do in Rallycross.
Oh, I'm just imagining Hitler as a rallycross driver. He's an artiste in the corners.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that anymore. But yeah, we do intend on hopefully having some stuff that's more than just our podcast. If we're able.
If you subscribe to our YouTube channel,
yes,
you might even see some of that stuff.
It could be popping up as early as next year.
Yes.
What we do know for sure, though, is we do have some gaming content that will come out. Maybe. If you're real lucky. In the near future.
If his Xbox or if his laptop doesn't crash again.
Hey, we don't talk about that. We've had some rough times, okay? Anyway, that's about all we got for 2020.
Yeah.
We're glad that you've been here, and we hope the best for you, your family, your friends, anyone that you're close to. Stay safe out there. Just have a good time overall. Don't let people get you down.
Yep. And if you ever see Hitler in the street, kill him. Because he's probably not supposed to be here because it's like 2020. Yeah, like, fuck that shit.
He doesn't time travel, does he? Does Hitler time travel?
I mean, if Kim Jong-un can switch bodies with Dennis Rodman, Hitler can time travel.
Oh, no. Anyway.
Always curb stomp a Hitler.